create more space? How do you release that mental chatter? How do you free up so much of that mental energy and actually utilize it for things that bring you joy and that are productive, that feel good? This is what we're doing. This is what we're talking about in this video. If you get this, you are absolutely golden, and I'm so excited to share this tool with you. So let's dive right in. A really important thing to share with you today. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to come into the body, because this video is all about relaxing and coming out of this mental chatter. And how do we free up space and create spaciousness, and so that we can actually think in our own minds. And this begins by taking a deep breath, because it's not possible to be overthinking and breathing deeply at the same time. So let's do a whole body breath, starting with the belly and chest and nose, and exhaling out. And now the next one, again, this wave, full body breath, and you're going to hold at the top a little bit. And exhaling out. Now let's do it one more time. Belly, chest, nose, and hold. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Okay. So what I'm about to share with you today is going to be transformational. It might open your eyes, might be a very new concept. It may have been something that you've heard before, and therefore you get to ask yourself, oh, where do I get to embody this, right? If it's coming into your reality, that means you need to hear this. So how do we create spaciousness, especially with our minds? And this is what I'm sharing with you today. I recently had a client session where the client started going into, I am so excited for this trip to see my family, but not this one family member. I don't like this family member. And then they went on a rampage of this family member is this and that, and I just don't like it. And they're always like that. And I say, okay, stop. We don't allow, like in my sessions, I do not allow the mind to go, 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 go. There's a time and space for that, but we also want to have very clear boundaries with the mind. And so I come back. And first of all, something that I've recommended to this client is in Thrive, in the monthly membership. We have a whole library of content, and we have a training in there. How do we transmute those triggers, things that piss us off about other people, that they're actually invitations. They're qualities that we have not incorporated, embodied within ourselves. And that's why those buttons are getting pushed. Because our inner essence is like, look at me, wholeness, come into wholeness. And so we're getting annoyed and triggered so that we can actually incorporate not the shadow aspect, but the light aspect of that quality. And how do we do that? And that is in the Thrive membership library if you're interested in doing that. So that is one of the first things I suggested to the client, because when they work with me, they have access to the membership. So doing that. And number two, because it's our judgment, right? It's like, where is it that you're judging that person? They might actually be brilliant. They might actually be expressing themselves in a very healthy way. But because you're not comfortable with that, you're getting agitated. Oh, they shouldn't be like that. And, they should be like repressing their expression. And so that's number one. Number two, where is it that you're looking for excuses and villainizing and antagonizing that person because you don't trust yourself to choose you? What do I mean by this? This is the gold right here. If you get this, you're golden. There was this meme going around on Instagram about how, well, people need to antagonize you so that they have an excuse to treat you the way that they do. I wasn't a fan of that meme because it's a very victim, I'm a victim and those bad people are doing that. And you're not a victim, right? We don't want to toot that horn. And there is some truth to that in the sense that we do that. Right? Instead of villainizing those bad people, we're like, oh, where can I call myself out on doing that? And oftentimes, as with that client, this is what I pointed out, why do you need to have this whole list of why this person isn't right? It's like, well, that's my excuse for not wanting to spend time with them. And we need those stories, right? We need to say, that relationship wasn't right for me because this and this and this. And so, hey guys, I'm a good person for walking away from those bad things. I'm a good person for not choosing that. We need the justification. We need to villainize. We need to antagonize so that we feel better. But what if you don't? What if you can be so centered, rooted, and grounded in you that it doesn't have to be bad for you to walk away? It's great, and they're a great person. They're just not right for me. And this is a deeper topic because we get to, hold our capacity to be disliked, hold our capacity to be misunderstood. But most importantly, and this is another thing that we're doing in March in the workshop, in Thrive, in the membership, expanding our capacity to feel joy and love. Because if we don't stand in ourselves, in our truth, in our, I can live my best life, I can feel a lot of bliss. I allow myself to feel really, really good. If we don't hold that, we're going to need to justify why we need to leave. We're going to keep asking for guidance for our lives to improve. And when we get those signs, when we get those intuitive hunches, we go, no, things are not uncomfortable enough for me to change my life. I don't have any excuses to leave. This person's not bad enough yet. The situation's not bad enough yet. And so we stay instead of moving towards our best lives, instead of moving towards that which we have asked for. This is a muscle to be trained, which is ridiculous, but it's true. It's like you have muscles, if you don't move them, they get weak. You have to train them. And so even though you were born with this, I'm here to feel amazing and blissful and joyous, if you don't exercise that, if you don't expand your capacity to feel pleasure, to feel well-being, to choose that, those muscles are going to be weak. And the truth is, for most people, they are. And so we need to villainize and antagonize to give ourselves permission to move towards what we want. But you don't have to do that. What if no one's bad? What if no situation is harmful, negative? What if it's all great and I choose better for me? And I love myself enough to allow myself to do that. But most of us don't. And the scary thing is that when we don't allow that to ourselves, we don't allow it to others. So we live in a society where we feel like we need to justify, and we expect justification from others. Why did you leave? That person was so great. Well, what exactly was so horrible in that job that you had to leave? Oh, you just can't settle. You just want more. We usually say that when we're not comfortable wanting more, when we're not comfortable standing for our abundance and our expansion, because we don't love ourselves enough. Let me know in the comments, what are you hearing me say? What is one needle moving step forward for you to change that in your own life? And if this is a muscle that you want to train, if this is something that you want to get really, really good at, this is exactly what we do in Thrive in the monthly membership. So check out the link below. You can get on a free clarity call with me to see if this is right for you in your path, and we can take it from there. I thank you for watching. I thank you for choosing to live your best life. Even if it's this, I don't know how. I have so many clients that are starting with, I want this, but I don't know how. But you want this. And that intention is everything. And from there, it's one step at a time. So I'm wishing you a powerful week, and until next time.